the not-so-secret holistic approach to acing college admissions. Hey guys, Pamela Donnelly here from Gate College System on a mission to equalize access to higher education regardless of a student's socioeconomic status. And I'd like to welcome you to video 3 of this series. In the last video, you'll recall that we talked about 3 specific strategies your high schoolers can use to instantly improve ACT and SAT scores, why buying a clumsy test prep book is a terrible idea for most students, and why paying $500 or more to send a student to a boring weekend or evening class may not be the best idea either. I also suggested that a more holistic approach to college prep would be more effective at securing acceptance letters with maximum merit-based financial aid, and that it would actually save time, reduce stress and confusion, increase confidence, improve classroom experiences now, and minimize upfront costs versus those pricey programs from franchises in poorly lit strip malls where students are lucky to get a fraction of the points they need due to a scattershot instructional approach. Let me just remind you that if you haven't seen the first 2 videos in this series, it's well worth your time to stop right now and go back and check those out before you watch this one. We're going to begin tying together all the pieces to show you how a holistic approach works in today's competitive landscape. And once again, I'm going to be sharing actionable ideas that you can use absolutely free to give your students additional help in the applications and admissions process. So, let's get into it. Everyone knows that test scores and GPAs are a huge part of getting into the right schools and getting financial aid. But how can a student figure out which school is the quote-unquote right one? I changed the wording of that question a little bit. It's not about finding the right school. Rather, a student should be looking for the right fit college. Which schools might be looking for students with particular, unique qualities? What school is going to provide the most fertile soil for them to grow and blossom? Where is that particular student going to be happy, feel connected, and able to make valuable contributions to life on campus? Where does that special something about a student create a competitive advantage over other potential applicants? Who provides the major best suited for where he or she plans to go in the future? And guess what? Schools are looking for right-fit students as well. They're looking for a diverse student body, and they have certain things they're looking for that make particular applicants more desirable than others. So where's the most beneficial fit between the desires of the student and the needs of the college? As one recent example, I was fortunate to work with a young man and help him get accepted at a major state university with a tremendous scholarship. The unique benefit he had to offer the school was his skill in a specialized position on a football team. He's what they call a long snapper. There are plenty of special things about this student, but the one that made him stand out the most was especially valuable because he's very good at hiking the football in a particular way. But there's an important caveat. The university would not have admitted him without a 3.5 GPA, which was something he had to work on. Without a holistic solution, that scholarship was just not going to happen. Another incredibly important part of the application process is the essay section. It sometimes is only a single page, but for many students, that little writing sample can be a make or break component of the application. Essays help the folks in admissions better understand the student and what he or she could bring to the community. Students have to demonstrate personality and shine a light on their uniqueness in a way that leaves a strong impression on the admissions team in just 1 page or so. Now, you may have heard of the Common Application. The Common App allows students to apply to well over 600 colleges, including many of the top schools in the nation. The Common Application gives multiple writing prompts for the primary essay, questions designed to help students write an essay that reveals to admissions officers aspects of the student not otherwise apparent. Let's put them on the screen for just a minute. Feel free to take a screenshot or picture here so you have easy access to these questions. I'm not revealing secret knowledge here. The Common App website lists the prompts publicly online. But the sooner a teen knows what the prompts are, the sooner they can start thinking about what a phenomenal essay might look like. What kinds of stories and experiences might best reflect what they want a college to know as they consider them for acceptance? In addition to the primary essay, as if that weren't intimidating enough, students are generally faced with other essays they have to submit as well. The famous Why Us prompt, for example, can cause students to break out into a sweat without the right guidance. Now, there are services out there that offer essay training or feedback, or actual one-on-one advising, and these programs run from $100 up to $500 or even higher. Some of the more disturbing ones will even offer to write essays for the student. I mean, talk about unethical. So I'm going to share a couple of valuable tips right now to help you avoid all of that. First, let me tell you a couple of big mistakes a lot of high schoolers make when writing their essays. Many of them wonder how they stack up. They feel so much pressure to be as impressive as every other student out there. They often do one of these three things. They make an essay into a long list of accomplishments and activities, or they try to make themselves appear to be someone or something they're not, or they will sometimes copy and paste the same generic content to every school, citing the nice campus or friendly people rather than things that are more specific and effective. Let me tell you something. These admissions professionals may not know that teenager specifically, but they know a lot of students in this age range. They see a ton of essays, and they can almost always spot writing that isn't authentic. So here are a few specific tips that really work. They get attention, they show uniqueness, and provide a sneak peek of the real person behind the essay. Students should answer the question or prompt that gives the opportunity to differentiate themselves from everybody else. Again, not by trying to overwhelm the reader with an avalanche of extracurricular activities and things like that. They should talk about one single experience that few people have had, or possibly a common experience that makes them look at things differently than others, something that transformed them in a way that few others have been. In fact, it's not even really about the prompt. It's about how students view life and the world and how they understand their place in it through their developing philosophy. Going deep into a single story shows this off far better than an overstuffed list of activities. Those aspects of their application will already be featured elsewhere. There's no need to be repetitive. I dedicated 20 years of my life to educating teenagers. I was in the trenches, working in schools as an English teacher and a college admissions counselor. I discovered firsthand that it was impossible for me to give all students all the attention they needed. And as a mother of 3 wonderful daughters, I discovered the same thing is true for parents. We all have to embrace guidance in the areas where we're not experts ourselves. And I want that for every student out there willing to work to attain a better future. That's why I created GATE College System. GATE provides things that private school students get and public school students usually don't. And don't get me wrong, every dollar invested in a teen's future is well spent. But most families aren't in a position to shell out $10,000, $20,000 or more per child. GATE is equalizing access to college with the support of Ivy League level educators, regardless of students' socioeconomic status. So be on the lookout for video 4, where I'm going to tell you exactly how students can walk through the gate to the future of their dreams. See you soon.